Want to meddle?
I could meddle.
Do you want to meddle?
I'll meddle if you meddle.
So we're going to meddle? Yes, meddle.
Then it is settled. We shall meddle.
The queen of all things metal. DJ Diva Satya.
The following feature may contain references to sex, drugs and rock and roll. Oh, and some bad language too.
The Riff.
Hey, it's DJ Satya. You are listening to the Thursday afternoon regular scheduled edition of Airwaves SmackDown right here on the Temple of All Things Rock, and that would be Radio Riff. I am ready to rock your world today with a very great interview that I did just about a week ago with two of the guys in a Full Devil jacket, Brian Kirk and Moose Douglas. I want to thank you guys. I'm sure you're listening for all the great input you gave me, the willingness to sit down and just candidly talk to me about what's going on with the band. I'm really looking forward to airing that for all of you. Started off the show today with a little bit of Dead Horse Trauma. Dead Horse Trauma just headed out on tour today, and so stoked for these guys. They are out on the Dog Days of Summer tour with Straight Line Stitch, Deadbolt, and Cage 9. They're starting in Wichita, Kansas tonight, heading up to the Pacific Northwest. They're going to be here next week. Unfortunately, I'm going to be out of town because I'm going to be at the one and only Moondance Jam, but we'll talk more about that later. Great music I got up for you today, all kinds of great stuff. We had a little Megadeth there too with Angry Again, and I had to throw that on because I have become a huge Angry Orchard fan, and I want an Angry Again. Just told Locke, make sure you have some next week. He said, I got it handled. I knew he'd handle it. He handles everything. Anyway, let's get to the interview. Want to talk to you about the band. Full Devil Jacket is from Jackson, Tennessee. They're made up of a number of members. We're going to talk about them in a minute. They originally got together back in the 90s and had a period of hiatus time in which they invited these two fellas into the band. Have a long history together, which they'll talk to you about. Let's get right to the interview. Full Devil Jacket here on Radio Riff, the Temple of All Things Rock.
You're listening to Radio Riff, the Temple of All Things Rock.
All right, this is Satya. You're listening to the one and only Temple of All Things Rock. This is Radio Riff, and I am on the line here with Full Devil Jacket's very own Brian Kirk and Moose Douglas. Hello, guys.
Hey, what's up? What's going on? How are you, Satya?
I am sitting at my desk. I'm having an Angry Orchard and kicking back after a long hump day Wednesday, and really excited about talking to the two of you.
Same here. We're glad to be part of it. Mm-hmm.
Talk a little bit about how the band came together. Now, I know you're not original members, but from my research, I read that you're originally are you all from Tennessee?
Yes, that's right. I'm going to start off on some of that, Moose. Yeah, we're all from the Jackson, Tennessee area, right in the middle between Memphis and Nashville, Tennessee, and West Tennessee. And we've all been playing in bands around each other and stuff for years now. So we all kind of know each other a little bit and grew up on the same kind of music. And we knew the Full Devil stuff, so Brian and I just fell right in place when this new rendition began last year.
Right, because I understand the band originally formed like in the late 90s.
Yep, that's right. They got a record deal in the late 90s, and I started touring with them as a guitar tech, so that's how I got involved with Full Devil Jacket. I played in the band, some previous bands with some of the members of Full Devil, Jonathan Montoya and Mike Reeves and Keith Foster, and our bands had broken up and stuff like that, and then they reformed Full Devil Jacket and said, hey, we want you to come out on the road with us. I said, well, man, I'm a musician, not a technician. They said, yeah, but we need somebody we can count on, blah, blah, blah. We were buddies and stuff. So I got the chance of a lifetime, and I got to tour the world, or U.S. and Canada and stuff, with Full Devil as a guitar tech, and that was a wonderful experience right there. So I kind of had a little connection with them there, and I owe a lot to them for that, because I continued on checking for other bands after that, after they broke up. And so we had got together, me and Josh, and did a Mike Reeves tribute concert. Reeves was the original lead guitarist. He passed away with cancer a few years ago. And after that, we just started gelling, started writing new music. Kirk started writing music with the band. Next thing you know, we're making a new album. It just kind of happened. It wasn't really thrown. It just fell into place for us to come back. You know, it was just so cool how it happened.
Fantastic. That must have been such an amazing experience, working behind the scenes and then stepping into those shoes at the right time. Congratulations to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's wonderful.
All right, so just curious, what made you pick up your instrument in the first place?
Go ahead, Brian.
Okay, well, I don't know, my dad, he always played acoustic guitar, played country music when I was growing up. When I was a little kid, I always heard him, doing that, and never thought much about it as a kid. It was just normal. And I guess that was probably what put into my brain, hearing that, hearing somebody play that live music like that. And somehow, man, I heard my first metal band, which was, I guess, Anthrax, back in the late, when I was a kid, in the late 80s or early 90s, something like that. And just heard those crazy guitar sounds and wanted to learn how to do that, how to make that happen. So I just started listening to like Anthrax, Testament, AC/DC, Metallica, all those metal bands at the time, and just started picking it up and teaching myself, basically. Just kept going. Here I am, still doing it many, many years later.
What about you, Moose?
Well, I started out in a musical household as well. My mom playing piano, guitar, harmonica. I was listening to her play Eric Clapton's Layla. Dun 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 dun. That riff right there.
Right.
I was playing that every day, and it just made me want to learn to play. So I played a little piano, but I went into guitar big time and started taking lessons. Started playing in bands and stuff when I was in high school, and some of my influence is definitely Metallica. I like Tool, man. Justin Chancellor is one of the best bass players in the world, I think. And that just made me move into bass guitar. And just being around musicians, loving rock and roll, and just figuring out songs like Brian was saying, man, I would just stay at home and I know I could figure this out. I could just play it over and over and over until I get it. My mom would help me every once in a while. She'd show me how to play some Kiss riffs because she could just play by ear. She would find the right note, and I would take it from there, kind of thing. Yeah, so, and another influence for me is Ryan Martini from Mudvayne. I was privileged enough to work with those guys back in 2005, and he was a big influence on me because as a guitar tech for Ryan, I had to learn to play like him a little bit for tuning the system for the front of house engineer to get that sound. So I was doing the tapping thing. I could never do near as good as him by any means, but I did my damnedest. So that made me increase my technique and the way I play my bass today, I believe.
So you're both very driven, self-taught musicians.
Well, I would say so, yeah, definitely.
You've just finished up a bunch of tour dates in the southern states. I saw that on your webpage. How have the shows been?
It was cool. It was really nice and warm down in Florida, but it was good. We had a decent crowd at all the shows. And then Port Richey was really good. We had some great times down there. St. Petersburg ran into some friends of ours, man, and it was a really good time. Did some shows. The band Rock Shot was with us on all those shows. Is that right? They were on all four, right, Brian?
That's right.
And it had Generator on the ticket as well. So they were bringing in a lot of the local fans of their own, and we were introducing ourselves to them, you know. So hopefully we're getting our fan base to grow. Florida is a good market for us. Wouldn't you say so, Brian? We seem to do real well in Florida.
It is. I really enjoyed playing Florida, close to Orlando, and in Orlando, which I don't think we've been right in Orlando yet, but we'd like to be playing Orlando.
Yeah.
It's been a good place.
Yeah, back in the day, you know, when I was teching for Full Devil or Orlando, Full Devil relocated to Orlando. Basically, management team was down there and everything, and they had a really good following. And we played outside of Orlando about 3 months ago in Winter Park, just north of Orlando. And we saw people in the crowd wearing shirts from 12, 13 years ago. And I was amazed to see those fans still hanging in there with the band, you know. It was amazing.
You know, I was going to actually ask you if you were running into many of the longtime fans on your tour dates. That's great to hear that they're still around and supporting you. And I've talked to a number of people who have said, man, I'm looking forward to hearing more from those guys. I remember their original lineup and have always really appreciated that band.
Yeah, exactly. It's so cool. I mean, we've got them out there singing along with the choruses of our songs and stuff. And I was like, wow, okay, this person knows the original music. That is cool as hell. I'm not the only one in this building that knows that part of the song. Whatever. Yes, it's really cool to see that. And to see them wearing those shirts from back in the day, and you see that they've been wearing them because they're faded out, all worn out and stuff, and get that cool logo on the back, man. It's just awesome. I mean, you know, fans for life right there. We owe those people big time. It was amazing.
I've gotten to meet quite a few of those guys like that who've been around since then, and they're willing to do anything to help out for this band and the new album and the new music. You know, they're into it, and it's good to see, and it's awesome. I mean, and they're just, you know, they welcome the new members, you know, just like they love the old guys, you know, the original band. It's good to see that, and it's uplifting.
you mentioned Florida is a great market for you guys. Where else would you like to be touring next?
Texas is pretty good too. We did really well in Dallas a few months back. And, Las Cruces, New Mexico. We did a show down there. They've been spinning our single, the first release from our album called 7 Times Down. So we went out there in support of that song. We had a great crowd, great night. Radio station was good to us, man. We had a blast there. So Texas is really good for us as well. We came back through and we wanted to get on South by Southwest so bad, but we were unable to get that bill. It was too late for us or something, and we wish we could have played Austin. But Dallas and Fort Worth was good for us. So I think that's going to be good. Right now, we're just looking at we're just concentrating regional right now. We're slowly building our following back up. That's what we're counting on doing is get the original fans back as well as new fans. You know, we just got to get it out there, and we're slowly moving it that direction. We hope we're doing it right, and we're just taking our time to make sure we make the right decisions.
I have quite a few friends in the Texas metal scene, especially in the Houston area. I can see you guys doing really well over there. If you guys are listening, check Double Jacket out. I know you're listening tonight.
Yeah, we want to come to Houston. We want to come to Houston, bring us in.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about the album that you're referring to. And the album is titled
Valley of Bones.
Valley of Bones, right. You guys put together a really successful Kickstarter campaign to record that album. You guys raised how much money for that album?
$14,000.
Wow, that's really impressive.
We were shooting for 12, and we were amazed, man, at the boost towards the end of the countdown. We had like a 3-month period, I think, for this campaign, and right towards the end of it, a lot of people helped out some of our fans and kicked in and helped us big time. So that right there, man, if it wasn't for our Kickstarter supporters, we wouldn't be talking to you right now.
I have myself contributed to a number of indie funding campaigns like that, and really kind of a big fan of them because it makes you really feel connected to the people, to the band especially that you're working with, and the perks are great for us on our end. Again, you get what you need. I just contributed to a band who needed to get a touring vehicle. I've done contributions for festivals. I've done contributions for recording. It's a really neat modern day ability that you guys have to raise funds to get done what you need to get done.
It sure is. It sure is. I mean, it's been we didn't even really understand how all that worked back last year when we found out about Kickstarter and other programs and stuff. And we were like, wow, okay, now I see how this works. Because you can see all types of people with inventions, people trying to start up an independent film, so many different types of things going on. And we're like, well, let's give it a try. Other bands have done it, and it just blew our mind. We didn't know it was going to happen like that, you know. So it's just such a great outlet, and we got those fans, man, and of course they feel connected, and we see them at all our shows and hang out with them after the show and stuff like that. And it's so good to run into them on the road.
So you raised the funds for the album Valley of Bones, and where did you record the album?
With Kirk and Reimer at Crosstrack Studio in Memphis. And he's an awesome guy, a good producer, a good musician. He played in 12 Stone, and what else was he in?
Breaking Point.
It was an awesome experience doing it with him, getting in there, letting him add, his opinions to what we were doing. That always helps. I always welcome that with the producer. I'm pretty happy with it. That was the beginning of this band. We've grown already so much since then. I mean, we're ready to go out and record again now. I mean, we really are. Just can't wait to see what happens with all this.
He was such a great producer for us because we had all these songs together, and he came up to Jackson from Memphis and stayed a few nights, and we played the songs for him, and he was taking notes. And he'd stop us and say, what if we did this or did that? And just all of a sudden these ideas started flowing through our brains as well. And he just helped us construct this this album, and it was so cool having his outside opinion to play sometimes a little less is more. So just basically straight up. In Valley of Bones, man, it's just a straight up beat in there, and the rhythm and bass line is just chugging away, and we were playing it completely different. And then he came in and he had an idea, and it just changed the whole sound of the song. And it was amazing working with him. He changed me as a musician, and it made me a better player. That's for sure. He really pushed us to our limits.
And that's what you need.
Exactly. Yeah, he really did, man. I mean, he was on us, and all right, one more time. All right, one more time. All right, Moose, you can do better than that. Hey, Moose, remember that A sharp. All right, one more time. It was over and over, man, but we nailed it. I mean, it's so good. Put it this way, my fingers are killing me every evening after working with him.
It burns so good, though, I bet.
Yeah, exactly. It was way worth it.
How do you guys get along in the studio when you're recording, you as a group?
We can get along, like, relate to each other, that kind of thing.
Like, is there a lot of, I don't want to do this, or like you really collaborate well? Do you feel like it's a really great group effort, or are you constantly like, well, I want to do it this way, or I want to do it this way? I mean, what's the atmosphere like?
We might have had a few moments of things like that, but we've been doing this so long, we've thought about what's best for the song in general, right, Brian? Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, usually everything just falls into place. I mean, we don't really have to push it. Especially now, I mean, as we're growing as a band, we were a new band, basically then, like I was trying to explain. But still, even then, I mean, everything just fell into place, basically. It was pretty crazy, I thought.
Yeah. No big deal at all. I've been involved in bands in the past where that happens, and one of us would just storm out of the studio, that kind of thing. But we never had any of that. We came to the edge maybe a couple times during pre-production, but we had it down and we're ready for Justin and when we went in the studio because we wanted to get in there and knock it out. And so we didn't have any bickering at all. It was a smooth process. But we've been writing as we're going down the road. Josh has got his acoustic out in the RV, and I'm up at front driving, and he's got this idea. He's like, listen to this, Moose. And then he's a walking library of songs. We've got so many songs that we want to record, and we may throw some extra songs on this album before we release it. So we really think we're going to do that. We want to put some new sounds in there.
Cool, you hear it here.
Maybe not.
Some Full Devil Jacket surprises coming up. Do either of you have a favorite track from the album?
Oh, man. You know one off the top of your head?
You know what? I love playing 7 Times Down live, Brian. I have to say that the power of Foster on the drums, and I just love playing it. It's great. We open up a show after now. We've been opening up 7 Times Down. Gets your blood flowing. It's a rolling song.
I was standing
All right, this is DJ Satya. You are listening once again to an interview I did with Brian Kirk and Moose Douglas, a Full Devil Jacket and alt-rock band out of Jackson, Tennessee. Members of the band are Josh Brown, Keith Foster, Moose Douglas, Paul Varnick, and Brian Kirk. And we're going to get back to the interview, plus some more music from the yet unreleased album Valley of Bones. You heard it here. Some tracks are still to be recorded. Let's hear it.
Yeah, that one, I think Blood of the Innocent is really the heaviest song on the album right now. And it's just, it's really powerful lyrically. I mean, musically it's pretty simplistic, but just the energy of it and the feel of it and what it's saying, it's, you know, that's my favorite, I think, of the whole album.
Okay, so is that where you would point someone, if somebody didn't know your band, is that where you would point them and say, oh, listen to this first, because this is what really stands out and says this is who we are?
If they listen to that one first, they may think that every song is that, you know, that intense and that heavy. I'd maybe start them off with, I'm not really even sure at the moment, Picture Box. Well, that'd be a good one.
Yeah, that song is it's a different beast on that album. It's got a real industrial sound to it. It's got a heavy bottom beat in it, and it's fast, and then it slows down. It's just a different song. It's got a little zombie feel to it, little industrial 9-inch nails in there, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Every song on here is a little bit different. I mean, there's no song on there, in my opinion, that is exactly the same exact style and the same sound. Everything varies. It's crazy. I don't know as far as someone's opinion looking in, you know, looking from the outside. I don't know what someone else would exactly say about that, but that's what I think.
I agree with that. You do have a really wide range, although I have to say that of all the tunes on the album, I think my favorite, 7 Times Down, currently, this week, is my favorite.
Thank you.
I really do like that one. So what's on the horizon for the band? What's coming up that we need to know about?
We're in the process of negotiating a possible record deal. I can't really mention much about that, but it's looking real good on our part. It's like it's finally going to pay off, and we're going to get some support behind us for radio and get us out on the road with some big-name acts and try some support going. So we're concentrating on that. We're upgrading our RV that we've got that we're so proud of. It's been such a good girl for us. We're going to do a bunch of work, adding an entertainment center in there, so make the road a little bit more tolerable, you know, for those long trips. So we're just right now concentrating on getting this record deal set in and get our RV up and ready to go. No shows booked right now, right? Is that correct, Brian?
That's right. We've got to get these important things out of the way and get that stuff set aside and done, and then be able to move on from that. We've got to work on those things, and that's a first. Just put aside the shows for now, and then get the deal done or whatever. Get our bus ready, and then get back out. Hopefully, get it back on the road full time. You know, hopefully this winter. I hope it's fall and winter. I'm ready to go. I think we're all ready to do that.
All right, well then in the meantime, while you're getting ready to gear up for that, the rest of us have to start learning the catalog. So where do we go to find out more about Full Devil Jacket?
FullDevilJacket.net is your main place to go. Also Facebook, of course. We're on Reverb Nation. You can go to all those places, but our website, FullDevilJacket.net, will have all the information on tour dates, merchandise, connections, and all that stuff. So we're about to update all that. As we speak, we're working on updating that. As a matter of fact, we're getting some new merchandise in line, some new T-shirt designs coming up, ladies and men's, and we got some ideas for other merch stuff. So we're just getting all that together. But yeah, FullDevilJacket.net is the ticket.
Yep, I'm looking at it right now, and I'm going to put in my usual word that I do for all these indie bands. These guys do not make much money doing what they do. They have a lot of expenses, as he just mentioned. They're working on the record deal, but it's not there yet. They've got to tour. They've got to eat. They have to replace guitar strings. They have to stay in hotels or on the RV or somewhere. It's expensive touring. So to support these bands, a lot of things you can do. Number one, go to their page and buy their merch. Their merch makes a big difference in getting the word out about them. It also helps to support them directly. Go to their Facebook page, give their Facebook page a like, find them on Twitter, follow them on Twitter, and tell your friends. And first of all, go see them. Just go see them.
That's right.
Go see them.
Yes, come see us.
Absolutely. That's how you know the best, man. I'm a huge supporter of local music. I live up here in the Pacific Northwest. Love going to see my local bands. And when Full Devil Jacket's in town, yeah, go out and see them. If you guys ever get up here to Seattle way, I will want to see you too. So work on that.
Can't wait. Can't wait. We know we'll be there. We know it, and we can't wait to meet you in person.
I would love that. And I am planning on getting out and about anyway. I do get out to some of the festivals. So who knows? I got people, like I said, in Houston that I know who have been bugging the shit out of me to come down to Houston and hang out. So you never know when our paths are going to cross. Any other messages you'd like to send out to the fans, something that we didn't talk about, anything you'd like to say?
What you got, Brian?
Man, we pretty much covered it. I mean, you got us covered. I mean, like you said, you come out to the shows and see us. If we do play, hit us up on the website, hit us up on the Facebook. You know, find us individually. I'm Brian Kirk. You can find me, you know, attached to the Full Devil Facebook or whatever. Hit me up and talk to me. I'll talk to you all, and we can see what's going on. You know?
Yeah, and on our Reverb Nation page, we've got some free downloads on there. You can download 7 Times Down. What else we got on there? Valley of Bones. And then you can stream quite a few other songs to get an idea of what we're all about. And there's some videos on there too. So the Reverb Nation page will give you a lot of info. And like I say, free download of 7 Times Down and the song Valley of Bones on Reverb Nation.
Yeah, also YouTube. On YouTube, we've got quite a few. There's some live stuff here and there. There's some. I put out a instructional video on a couple of our songs to show some of the riffs for people who are starting out on guitar, who want to learn, you know, some of the music. That's on YouTube. Find that, check it out. That's about it.
You know, I really love when bands do that. I'm a hack bass player myself, so I love sitting down with those and messing around with instructional videos. Those are really fun for me. I just love the fact that you take the time to do that for people who want to learn it.
Yeah, I encourage somebody to pick up an instrument and learn to play. If we can help in any way, we're going to do that.
Absolutely. Music is powerful. As a longtime musician, I'm a lifelong musician myself. I have a degree in music ed. Still teach music to children. It's never too soon to start. Never too soon.
Nice. That's awesome, Satya.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to Brian. I want to say thank you to Moose for coming in and talking today. I hope you've enjoyed what you've heard of the Full Devil Jacket today. Yes, check them out. Go to YouTube. Go to their page, fulldeviljacket.net. Find out what they're up to. Their tour dates will be there. Find out about the band. And check them out on Facebook and on Twitter. Thank you guys again. You were awesome. And I wish you much success, and I hope things work out with the deal. My fingers are crossed for you guys.
Thanks for all your support and help. We really, really appreciate it. And you and Radio Riff, big time. Thank you so, so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We are glad to do it. And before I go, this is DJ Satya. You've been listening to Full Devil Jacket on Airwaves Smackdown on the Temple of All Things Rock, and this is Radio Riff.
All right. Thanks. Yeah, thank you.
Meeting you and talking to you, and I can't wait to see you when you get out to your direction.
Oh, yeah.
It's a picture box voodoo. Who's who of the hoodoo? Don't you know what I see through? Your picture box voodoo. Oh, show, let's get ready to roll. It's a worldwide weapon and it's gonna explode. Check your list for the exodus from Milwaukee to Miami. High tide in the blink of an eye. Extermination
You're listening to Radio Riff, the temple of all things rock.